Jim Inhofe, our U.S. Senator. If you guys could be quiet as Senator Inhofe takes the podium, please take your seats and be quiet. Please be quiet so that he can speak. Please be quiet.
Okay. Wow. Good show. Good show. All right. That's great. What a night. Let me do this. And I would appreciate having your attention, you guys. You're very special people. Very special people to be so concerned. Whether you know it or not, you're activists, and we're going to do something wonderful. We're going to make a major change. But more important, right now I want to introduce a little group that's with me. Anyone who has 20 kids and grandkids, and you get the majority of them in one room, that's accomplishing something. So if we'll start off with the one who has tolerated me, and it hasn't been easy, it'll be 55 years next month. So my wife, Kay, and as I say, when you're a target, it's a lot harder on the family than it is you. There she is, folks. Then we have, where's Katie and husband Brad Swan and 3 cute little girls? Hold your hands up, cute little girls. All right, there we go. That's another. Then we have Perry's, my son's wife, Nancy, and my grandson, Cole, right here. Nancy, and Jimmy and Shannon. Now, he's actually James Mountain Inhofe II. And guess who this little guy is over here? That's James Mountain Inhofe III. All right. So, you guys, I'm sorry to tell you there's more to come. But anyway, that's Jimmy's family, his wife Shannon, and his daughter Molly, and James Mountain Inhofe III. And lastly, I will mention that we have my daughter Molly, our daughter Molly, her husband Jimmy, and they came over with 2 of their 4 kids. Jonah, first of all, Molly, where's Molly? Yeah, and Jimmy, and then Jonah, hold your hand up. And then someone you're going to see again in just a minute, Marie. Step out, Marie, hold your hand up and wave to the people. All right? That's great. All right. You all can go now if you want to. You don't have to. All right. I just want to say one thing about our delegation. You just heard from James Langford. James is going to be a great junior senator. I haven't found one area where we disagree with each other. That's awful hard to say about 2 people who have been involved in politics. So it's going to be really great. And quite often people look at his background and find that he was the, what is it called, Jimmy? The director of that, what's the name of it? Yeah, Springs. Yeah. Yeah, False Springs. He was the director for, I think, 13 years. You got to keep in mind, he had 50,000 teenagers under his control, and anyone who can control 50,000 teenagers can take pretty good care of 99 senators. And as he said, we're going to miss Tom Coburn. Tom Coburn and I were brothers, and we're very close. We'll remain to be brothers. He's made a great contribution. We'll miss him dearly, and that's what this is all about. We have really good people. Tom Cole is here tonight. He's going to talk. We're very lucky to have. I've often said Tom Cole he's kind of the intellectual in the House of Representatives, and I've said quite often, if I had his intellect and he had my perseverance, we wouldn't need any of the rest of you guys. We could take Obama ourselves. Mark Wayne Mullins is not here tonight, and he's going to do great. I saw Frank Lucas. Where's the short guy over here? There he is. I've been told this is a good time to say, if you call me the Godfather one more time, I'm going to start with your Frank the Tank talks, all right? And then, of course, Jim Bridenstine. How does this happen that I had 9 opponents and he didn't have any? But nonetheless, he's there. And we got a new guy here, Steve Russell. Are you here? I haven't seen it. There he is over there. Steve is going to be a great new partner. And I got to tell you this. Not many people here understand how unique this is, that we have a delegation of House members and senators. We all love each other. We're all philosophically akin. We are going to do things together. And this doesn't happen. You can't name another state where this takes place. And that makes our job great, and we've got a lot of work to do before us here. Now, 7 years ago, you might remember, Nancy Pelosi had the House. They had control of the Senate. They had the White House. They had control of everything. We saw what was happening. And I want you to know that's not the case. So tonight, we're celebrating that we now have the House and the Senate. It's a done deal. We will have the Senate tonight. And it means that while this is happening, all these things that we've been talking about all these 6 years of Obama, can I have your attention over there just for a moment here? The things that we have been, Obama has been disarming the military, but with the Republican Senate, we're going to change all of that. Obama's war on fossil fuels, you know about that. Here we are, we could be totally independent in the state of Oklahoma, in the United States of America, if we didn't have Obama's war on fossil fuels. That's oil, coal, and gas. And with the Republican majority in the Senate, we're going to change that. And with the regulations, and you all know about that, but I would only say this. Obama's foreign policy, it's a policy of appeasement. I've often said an appeaser is a guy that throws his friends to the alligators hoping they'll eat him last. His policy of appeasement is when Hiram Mann said, "No man survives when freedom fails, the best men rot in filthy jails, and those who cried, appease, appease, are hanged by those they tried to please." With a Republican majority, we're going to get out of the appeasement business. Okay, now we have something here that I'm going to share with you that I've been kind of teasing with for a while. It's something that people, I can remember all the years that I've been running for office, that people afterwards will come up and say, "Why can't people be positive? Why do they always have to be negative? And why is it that I hear that over and over again?" Now I'm going to ask you guys, are you going to be able to put my I have to have your attention for 1 minute, 2 30-second spots. You got them down there, somebody? Okay, everybody watch these 2 spots, and I have a reason for it. Okay, there's no technology or sound. I'm Jim Inhofe, and I approve this message. Our soldiers are 6,000 miles from home. Seems the least I can do is visit, see what I can do for them. I've made the trip 30 times or so.
I was there when he came. Nothing fancy, just spent time with us. Ate what we ate. Saw a guy. No lot.
I'm Jim Inhofe, and I approve this message. My daughter Molly wanted to adopt a child from Africa. A friend in Ethiopia spotted 5-month-old Zagita barely alive in an orphanage. Zagita Marie's now 13, and she's got 3 great brothers. I formed the Congressional Caucus on Adoption to make providing great homes for children a lot easier.
I not looking for wife.
No, Marie, we did. Now, I only give you that preface because there was nothing in this campaign that we did that was not positive, and I'm going to introduce you now to a person you've never heard of, and his name is hard to pronounce. Put his picture up there, if you would. It is a former member of the House of Representatives. It's John Lubutlia. John Lubutlia. Now, John Lubutlia, some of you, and you're all junkies or you wouldn't be here. It's a weekly show on Sunday at 6:30 that he's on. It's the most popular weekly political show on. And what he's been saying for a lot of years is something that people don't understand. Only 2 days ago on Sunday, on his program, and I will read you his exact quote, he said, well, I don't have his exact quote, but I will say that. What he said was that people don't understand. campaigns run very expensive for one reason. They're all negative. It costs money to run a negative campaign. If you run a positive campaign, it's very, very cheap. And so he's done a study along with those. And if you want to watch his program this coming Sunday, it'll be about what we're talking about tonight, using our names and our example here. He has said, and his group said after their study, if they would do no negative stuff, only positive stuff, talk about what we believe, what we have done, what our background is, and not even mentioning the other side, that we would be really shocked at what's going on and what can be achieved. And tonight is an example of that. Because I made it a point. We made a commitment on the 10th of April. What was the 10th of April? The 10th of April was the last day of fighting for these offices. And we made a commitment at that time that we would not have anything negative. Well, how do you do that? We would not mention any of our opponents' names. Look, I had 9 opponents. And I've gone now for 204 days, I've never mentioned the name of one of the opponents. Because you can't, the old saying, it takes 2 to tango, you can't do that, and you can't have a negative campaign if you do that. Well, this is an experiment. Might be something that is not going to work in the future. But I think you're going to find that this might change politics as we know it today. So anyway, I would say this, that this guy that you saw the picture of, I introduced you to, he could very well be the Jim Inhofe of the 1980s, or I could be him of the today. Back when he was there, he called Jimmy Carter a complete bird brain. I called Bill Clinton a skirt-chasing liberal. He referred to Senator Percy as a living disaster with almost no redeeming features. I called Al Gore an extremist with no redeeming qualities. On criminals, John said, throw him in the slammer and leave him there. I said the same thing about Gitmo when Obama was turning loose terrorists to kill Americans. And lastly, he wrote a book when he was in Harvard. His book was called The Harvard Hates America. It was attacking the academia of today. And in this book, he wrote how that is destroying this country. Well, in my book, I did essentially the same thing. I wrote about the equality controversial book, The Great Hoax, attacking the liberals. So we have all that in common. You have to love a guy like that, and that's why I believe this guy with a hard name is one that you're going to follow, and it very well likely be something that will change politics as we see it today. So, no negative campaigning. It's something that's new. Let's see if it works. Well, here we are right now. Tonight, I've been getting the results in. Hey, you guys, it's not just going to be the bare minimum. It takes 6 changes to take over the United States Senate. We're going to get the 6 changes, but we're going to get 3 extra, probably. They're talking about victories. They're talking about victories in states. And talking about having victories in states where, really, Virginia, we never had that on our list that we're going to win. Now it looks like we're going to win in Virginia. So you guys are here at the right time, in the right place, and we're going to make our contribution to saving America, because I'll tell you, we have serious problems. If you just look at who will be chairing the committees, a lot of you know these people. A very liberal Senator, Bill Nelson, he is chairing the Commerce Committee. That'll be chaired by John Thune. You all know who John Thune is. The Energy Commission, going from Ron Wyden to Lisa Murkowski. The Budget Committee is going to go from Patty Murray to Jeff Sessions, with the most conservative person in America today. And the Finance Committee is being chaired today by Chuck Schumer. It's going to be chaired by Orrin Hatch. What a difference it's going to be. And the Environment and Public Works Committee, which today is chaired by Barbara Boxer, will be chaired by me. So we're going to do some great things. Get ready for it. It's all going to start the 1st of January. We're going to bring back America, and you're going to be in on it because you guys in this room were the ones responsible for the successes that we've had in the state of Oklahoma. So you're doing the Lord's work, and He'll richly bless you for it. Amen, and thank you.